Do you ever wonder if Revolver was just sick and tired of saying Link Summon? Anyway, regardless, welcome back to Fusion YGO, and the 6th installment of the deck profiles of the Fusion YGO Holiday Cup. And today we're bringing the strongest deck of the format, and Resolver's trigger finger. We're bringing Dragon Link. So let's dive right in to that deck profile. If you'd like to own one of these super sexy playmats, then go to the description and follow the link to be able to purchase one of these. And if you use my promo code FusionYGO10, you will be able to get an additional 10% off of your order. So go ahead, hit that link, and enjoy the rest of the video.
Welcome back. Here's Dragon Link. Let's dive right in. So, one of the main engines of Dragon Link I run is Starlight Seafer. Now, Seafer is a great card because it allows you to throw away a card that you might not want in your hand and get one that you might want. Now, this is limited by the level of the card itself, so keep that in mind. It also allows you to tribute itself for the cost of that. So, that's just a great card. Next, we'll go into our Chaos engine with White Dragon, Wyvern Burster, Black Dragon, Collapse Serpent, Chaos Dragon Levineer, as well as Galactic Spiral Dragon. Now, each one of these in themselves is just great. Banishing a dark to summon White Dragon. Once you get done linking him away, you banish him. White Dragon is sent to the graveyard, it allows you to search out Black Dragon. Now, when you banish White Dragon, you can summon Black Dragon. This makes a really good combo play. Chaos Dragon allows you to banish light or dark dragons from your graveyard to summon it. And it gets a special effect depending on which ones you banish. If you banish all dark, you can rip a card out of your opponent's hand. You banish light and dark, you can just pop 2 cards on the field. If you banish all light creatures, you can special summon 1 monster from your graveyard in defense position. Now, most of the time you're going to run with banishing 3 darks or banishing 2 darks and 1 light. In Dragon Link, you run a lot of dark creatures. So, Galactic Spiral Dragon is another one of those great cards where if you have 2 or more light, dark, or dark monsters on your side of the field, you can just special summon this card. Now, this is a great extender because it's just a free summon. Now, the secondary effect, which I personally don't utilize, but can be very helpful in different deck profiles of Dragon Link, is while this card's on the field, it makes all monsters on the field, on your side of the field, level 8. This is great if you want to go into Harbinger, which, again, I don't run, but it's another option. As well, into the Chaos deck profile, we run triple Chaos Space. Chaos Space, you can just throw 1 card, 1 light or dark card from your hand, and it allows you to search out Black Dragon, Cloud Serpent, or White Dragon. Now, of course, it has to be the opposite attribute. So if you pitch a dark, you got to grab a light. If you pitch a light, you got to grab a dark. So, as well as when this card is banished, it allows you to bring 1 of those back from being banished, such as Black Cloud, or Black Dragon, or White Dragon, back to the bottom of your deck and draw a card. So it's a nice way to get more resources to play. Now we're going to go into the rocket combos. I run 2 Rocket Tracers. Rocket Tracer is a great card because not only is it a level 4 tuner, which will allow you to get into your boss monster, also its effect allows you to pop a card on your side of the field and special summon a rocket from your deck. However, this does lock you into dark. However, because most of Dragon Link is dark monsters, it doesn't hurt too bad. Next, we also run 2 Silver Rockets. Now Silver Rocket, that's gonna be your 4-star. Just allows you to get out your boss monster if needed, as well as it's just a nice extender. It has a very nice effect if comboed with other card effects, but again, my profile doesn't run that. Next rocket that I run is Absol Dragon. Now this card, if you have a rocket on the field, you can just special summon it. That's a free summon. Then once it goes to the graveyard, you can search out one rocket from your deck to your hand. This is really good for Foolish Burial. This is really good for Chaos Space, Dragon Ravine, anything that makes you dump a card from your deck to your graveyard or from your hand to your graveyard. This card will allow you to search out a rocket, which will allow you to extend quite a bit further. Next is 1 Rocket Synchron, 1 Rocket Recharger, and 1 Magna Rocket. Rocket Synchron is, again, just a great extender because as soon as this card is normal summoned, you can target 1 level 5 or higher Dark Dragon monster in your graveyard and special summon it. That's just a free summon. Come on, guys. Rocket Recharger. Now, I'm still playing around with this one, but I want to go further with it. I want to get more of these just because, honestly, it's a great card for Dragon Link. Rocket Recharger allows you to, if you control a dark monster that was special summoned from the extra deck, if it's destroyed and this card is in your hand or field, you can send this card from your hand or field and then special summon it. One of the monsters that were destroyed. So again, it's just a nice extender. Magna Rocket, like Silver Rocket, it has a great effect. Again, I don't utilize it. I don't have the resources to utilize it as well as other people. But it's again a rocket that I'm able to search out and extend plays with things such as Quick Launch or a Boot Sector Launch and just continue out my plays. Next, we'll go into Boot Sector Launch. Boot Sector Launch is the field spell for rockets. Now, Boot Sector, when this card is summoned, you can, or rather activated, all rockets get an additional 300 attack and defense. Now, that's nice and all, but it's not where it's at. It has 2 effects. The first effect, when this card is activated, you can special summon up to 2 rockets from your hand with different names and defense position. Just for free. Just, there they are. The secondary effect is if your opponent controls more monsters than you, you can activate Boot Sector Launch and special summon from your graveyard as many rockets as they have monsters. This means if your opponent has just gone off on their first turn, you go second, and you've got Boot Sector, you activate that, you can now go off with all the rockets that are in your grave. It's really great. Next is probably the most important rocket card in this deck, and that is Quick Launch. And this has to be ran at 3, guys. This allows you to special summon a rocket from your deck. It cannot attack, and also it's destroyed at the end phase. This means that on your first turn, should you happen to pull 2 Quick Launches, they are not limited to once per turn, guys. You get 2 free summons right there. And let's be honest, you're going to link them away and get something bigger out. So the whole destroyed at the end of the phase and can't attack, it's not an issue anymore because they're no longer on the field. The next engine that I have in this deck is my Metal Dragon combo. I run 2 Black Metal Dragons. When this card is summoned and sent from the field to the graveyard, you can then search out 1 Red Ice card from your deck and add it to your hand. This means that you can search out Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon. This card is great, guys. In order to summon it, you must banish one dragon from the field. But when this card is summoned, it allows you to special summon another dragon from the graveyard. I mean, you're getting 2 cards for the price of 1. And it's a big old boy. It's 2,800, guys. This is just a great play to use, to utilize, to manipulate, and to abuse. Next, we'll go into the extender plays. Noctivision Dragon. This card might seem to some as kind of a lackluster, but this card is just phenomenal. If you have a dark dragon on the field, it allows you to special summon this from hand. As well as, once it's linked away, as link material, you can draw a card for free. So you get this bad boy on the field, you link it away, and you draw another card. Probably into something else that you can go into and just say, no. Next is Omni Dragon Brotar. Now this card, it's just phenomenal. I don't get it very often. I run the deck at 1, so it's rare that I get it, but there are other ways that I am able to utilize this card. And when a opponent destroys this card, it allows me to special summon a dragon. Let me double check from deck or hand. So that's a free summon. It's a 0/0. They destroy it. Guess what? You get something stronger out. So don't underestimate the little boys. Next is World Legacy Guard Dragon. This card allows you, when it's activated, to special summon a level 4 or lower dragon from your graveyard and add it to your hand or special summon it. So that can be utilized quite a few ways, actually. But the second effect is also really great because of the fact that we're going to be talking about LP and Pisty here in a second, but it allows you to move your monsters around to any zone that you want. So this can help you utilize some of LP and Pisty's effects better, as well as utilize your link zones a little bit more. Next, we've got Dragon Ravine, one of the main field spells of the Dragon Link deck. Dragon Ravine allows you to discard 1 card. Again, let's go into Absorouter, guys. Remember to always discard Absorouter so that you can get out another rocket. Plus, it allows you to add 1 level 1 or level 4 or lower Dragonuity monster from your deck to the graveyard, or to your hand. Sorry, guys. So, though this current profile is not running any Dragonuity, it has in the past, and it most likely will in the future. Now we're going to talk about the one-ups. I've got 1 Monster Reborn. No explanation needed, just a phenomenal card. 1 for 1. Allows me to send 1 monster from my hand to my graveyard. And then special summon a level 1 monster from my hand or deck. This is a great way to get into Black Metal Dragon, guys. Just pitch Absorouter, pitch any card that you want in your graveyard. Or just whatever you might not need at the time. And then bring Black Metal Dragon out, and guess what? Once you're done with the combo, that card that you pitched into the graveyard can now be on the field, thanks to Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon. Then Foolish Burial. Again, guys, this is a great way to get Absorouter out of the graveyard so that you can utilize its rocket recharge. Next, we're going to go into the Dragoon engine with Red Eyes Fusion, Dark Magician, and Red Eyes Black Dragon. Now, we'll get into more about these once we get to the extra deck. However, Red Eyes Fusion allows you to fuse from your deck both Dark Magician and Red Eyes to allow you to go into Red Eyes Dark Dragoon. And we'll explain a little bit more about Dragoon when we get to the extra deck. Next, we run one Dragon Buster Destructor Sword. This card, combined with Union Carrier, just says you can't use your extra deck. Just an awesome card. Pretty sure it's going to get banned though, so just a heads up, guys. Next, we're going to go into our hand traps. We're going to run a triple Gamma Seal with one driver. We're also going to run a triple Ash and a triple Imperm. Too many hand traps, and that's all you're going to see in this deck. So I like to keep it simple, keep it pretty cut down. I run 9 hand traps with the driver. So next, we're going to hop on right into the extra deck with 2 Strikers. Now, Striker allows you to search out Boot Sector Launch. It is also a Link 1, so it allows you to start off your engine. Just go into your plays. Now, I run 2 because some of the a-holes here at our local store likes to negate my effects. So it's a good way to make sure that you get out your boot sector. Now, the secondary effect allows you to target one face-up monster on your side of the field and one rocket in your graveyard, and then destroy the card on the field and bring that rocket back to the field. So that can be really utilized to get Rocket Tracer back to field after you've used Striker Dragon's effect. That way you might utilize Rocket Tracer's effect of popping something and special summoning a rocket. Next, we're going to go into Dragonuity Knight Romulus. Romulus allows you to search out Dragon Ravine, as well as it's a Link 2 that'll allow you to continue out your plays. So, the arrows allow you to go into Elpie and Pisty. Now, Elpie and Pisty have to have an area where 2 arrows point to. Now, this is what I was talking about with the Guard Dragon. This allows you to move around your card so that you can better utilize their abilities and effects. Now, Elpie. We'll start with Elpie. This card allows you to special summon one dragon from your hand or deck to the zone that 2 or more Link monsters point to. So that means that free summon. And most of the time you can go into black metal so that you can link that away to get into something else so that you can get your black metal dragon on the field. But then we're going to go into Pisty. Pisty allows you to special summon from the banished or graveyard to a zone that 2 or more Link monsters points to. So this allows you to get any banished cards or any monsters out of your graveyard that you might need for any plays. Now, the negative of Elpie and Pisty is that while they're on the field, you can only summon dragons from the extra deck. Now, this can be really bad if you want to go into Apollosa. You can't. As long as those 2 stay on the field, you cannot go into anything but dragons. So this is where you utilize the effect of Red Eyes Black Metal Dragon, or Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon, and just banish off one of those and then link off the other one. Next is an extender, and it's a Link 2, Delindrous Dragon. Now, this card, I haven't done a lot of testing with, but I know that the effect itself is really good. And it allows you to, during your opponent's turn, you can target one card that hasn't attacked at their end phase. If they decide not to attack with everything, you can actually use this effect to destroy one of their cards. As well as when this card is sent to the graveyard, if there's a rocket on the field, you can special summon this card. However, it does get banished afterwards, but that's a free summon. You link it away, get another rocket on the field, and special summon this thing. There's your extra two boys. Next, we've got Protector Whelp of the Destructor Swordsman. Now this card, we don't utilize the effect of it at all. We don't run Buster Blader in this deck. But it is a good link to Dragon to just get rid of LP or Pisty and continue on your plays. Because he is a dragon, LP and Pisty effects do not hurt him. Next, we've got Hieratic Seal of the Heavenly Sphere. This card is phenomenal, guys. It is underrated. This card just lets you bounce something back to hand just cuz. As well as once it does bounce something, you can special summon a dragon. Now, it becomes a 0/0, but most of the time you don't care about the attack and defense until you get to your boss monsters, so. The next one, probably the most important card in the Dragoon bundle, besides Dragoon, of course. Verde Anaconda. This takes 2 effect monsters. It's a dark, so Rocket Tracer doesn't lock you out of it. And when this is summoned, you can target one spell card in your deck, and this becomes that effect. This means that you can target the Red Ice Fusion in your deck, make this card Red Ice Fusion, dump Red Ice Fusion, Dark Magician, and Red Ice Dark Dragon to just summon this bad boy. This guy allows you to bounce 2 cards to your opponent's hand. Just from the field, just because. Then he's got an Omni Negate that not only is it an Omni Negate, it allows you to buff him up 1,000 for every time you use this effect. Now this is a hard once per turn on the Omni Negate, guys, but he's a 3,000 big boy. He negates something, guess what? He's a 4,000 big boy, and that attack does not go away. It can just keep building. Next, we're going to go into Union Carrier. If you don't know what Union Carrier does, Union Carrier allows you to search out that destructive boy from the deck that allows your opponents not to use their extra deck. This card allows you to search out that and equip it to a monster and give that monster an extra 1,000 attack and say no extra deck. Most decks, that's crippling. Next, we've got the biggest boy of this deck, and that's Borreload Savage Dragon. Now, when this guy is summoned, he can target one link creature in the graveyard. He gets negate tokens, and I believe they're Omni Negates. Yes, they are Omni Negates. Awesome, guys. This means that you can target a link 2 and get a double Omni Negate. However, you can only use the negate once per turn. However, let's say you target this bad boy here. He gets 2 negate counters. He also gains half of the attack power. So he becomes a 3,500 if he's linked with Union Carrier. So that's just a big boy. Next, we've got Draco Berserker of the Tenny. Now this card just says, you're going to activate effect? No, banish it. As well as this card, every time it attacks and destroys something, it gains the attack of the destroyed target permanently. I've had this card up to over 10,000 damage before. It is insane. It is also an underrated card. Now, going second, probably the best card to utilize is Boral Sword Dragon. This card is great because it cannot be destroyed by battle. It also has the effect that once per turn, and it's a quick effect, you can switch a monster into defense mode and gain a second attack with this thing. This means that if you've got this bad boy on the field, you attack with him, you deal 3,000, then you attack with Boral Sword, deal another 3,000. You can quick effect switch Draco into defense mode and attack a second time with Boral Sword, dealing 9,000 crazy damage to your opponent in one turn with 2 cards. And again, he can't be destroyed by battle, guys. So the only way to destroy him is with a Kaiju or a card effect that says bye-bye. The last card is Appaloosa. Now, those of you who don't know what Appaloosa is, for every card that you link away to create her, and she is a link 4, guys, she gets a counter to negate monster effects. Now, this can be very, very crucial in some of the fights. Appaloosa is just a phenomenal card. Not really utilized for her attack, more for her effect to negate. So, just keep that in mind, guys. Now, that's the main deck. Let's go ahead and go into the side deck with a deck lockdown that gives you 2 extra turns to just try to find the cards that you need, or just, hey, maybe you already have everything you need and you just don't want them to do anything. Great card to have at the end phase. Activate it. They're locked out. They can't get any extra cards from their decks. And a lot of decks, that'll crush them. Pank, because why not? Just pop a card for free. Imperial Order. Now, this card is great because it allows you to negate all magic cards. However, you must pay 700 life points every turn. This is not an option. It has to be paid. You cannot decide not to pay it and just destroy the card. No, that wording has been changed now, so you have to pay it, guys. But most of the time after you've activated this card, you don't really have any magic cards that you want to activate anyway. So you'll just go and do your plays and then stop them from making theirs. 3 Solemn Judgments, just to say, yeah, no. And again, for the most part, you don't care too much about life points. In the long run, most of the time you can just hit them once and be done. Dark Ruler No More at 3. This allows you to negate all face-up monster effects on your opponent's side. That can be very crucial when they've got decks like Altergeist or Dino decks. Just say, you don't get an effect. This will allow you to go off on your plays and just punch them as hard as you can.
The caveat is that you don't get to deal any battle damage, but you can break their board pretty efficiently.
Thank you for the assist.
Yeah, sorry.
3 Lancias to just say you get no effects in your grave. That's pretty nutty. I ain't gonna lie. And then 2 Nibiru's. That's gonna finish up the side deck. Nibiru is a crucial pinch point with any deck that combos out. So you're always gonna want to run at least 2 of them in a side deck, guys. Just make sure you know when to side them out and when not to use them. And that's Dragon Link, guys. Take care.